2 of our 7 challenges, I think. Well, 6 challenges officially, have now been defeated, and as a result of us beating Julie, we have now got the Bryanston V. Or Bryanston 5, I should say. Because, well, V in Roman numerals technically is 5. And you already know precisely what colour I'm going to be driving this thing in. We're going to be driving this thing in pink. Brakes by AEM. I should also mention, the one thing that's interesting about the Midnight Club series is that they do get sponsorships from tuning manufacturers. Anyway, let's now go after Primo. And where I'm now driving a car with a lot more acceleration than my previous one. And already starting this episode in the best way possible.
They have a yellow background behind the blue dot. Remember this when planning your route so you won't miss them by accident.
Gina, I know how the sat-nav works. Anyway, chasing after Primo. Yep, I was right. I should also mention, Gina will also be driving that car, but at some point later on in the game we will also be driving that car. I think it's called the Vortex 5, but I won't know for sure until I beat one of the racers in Tokyo. And, oh boy, is that one going to be an ordeal. Well, at least I can say there's a lot more acceleration in this car compared to the Boost. In other words, it definitely feels like this car has got a racing transmission. However, that is not the car we win from Primo. We win another car from Primo, but it's not the Vortex 5, unfortunately. We win that car from another racer, who I think is in Tokyo. Oh, okay. Anyways. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can I get back on the road, please? Yes, I can get back on the road. Okay, where's he going now? Oh, he's crossing the bridge. Whilst I'm also trying to clear my unclearable throat. For whatever reason. Anyway. Still following Primo at this stage. And yep, okay, this is the meetup point. Okay, well, let's get on with the race.
You think you know how to drive a Vette? Andiamo, andiamo! Prego! I don't have a time to waste!
Fortunately for you, neither do I.
The faster you clear the checkpoints, the more time you get on the clock, amico mio.
Anyways, this should be relatively easy, but we still have to win, obviously. I was pretty sure everyone had just piled in there. I had no idea what they were thinking, but they were literally just basically being idiotic enough to literally just all pile in at the same time. With a maneuver that was clearly not going to work in any way whatsoever. And there goes Primo using up his boost relatively early on, but I will catch back up to him. I've also got to make sure I use the two-wheel driving technique because, well, if I don't, then you know precisely what the results are going to be. or something very similar to that, but a lot worse. Okay, please don't let that be a bus this time. Okay, there is no bus. I am not going to absolutely kill myself this time, unlike last time. Well, still got enough time left in this race to catch back up to the leader. Okay, doing well so far. I need to stay on this road until I get to the very end. I know this is the road I must take if I am going to win this race. And that went a lot less terribly than I thought it was going to go. Anyway. Okay, save up my stuff, save up my stuff. Okay, don't want to go too soon. Oh, for fuck's sake. Again. It fucking happened again. I absolutely hate it here now.
I would not even put my dog in your car.
That was completely uncalled for. Especially if it happens twice in a row. Okay, I think I know precisely who my main threat is going to be in this race. I don't think it's going to be Primo, but I do think it's going to be Seine, because, well, he's basically stolen 2 attempts away from me where I both could have and should have won, but yet ultimately he had to come in and steal it. But he ultimately had to basically come in and Thomas Crown affair my whole race. And he basically did it twice. By pretty narrow margins as well. Well, at least I can say there's still hope. Because the AI seem to make about as many mistakes as I do. I might also be better if I wasn't doing this on a full stomach, because that might be what's contributing to why my efforts at the moment are just so mediocre. But anyway, I think I've got enough of an interval this time. I'll be amazed if I don't. And yes, I do. Beat me once, shame on you. Beat me twice, no dice. And, unsurprisingly, it was Seine who once again finished second. Ansel was third, followed by Primo, then it was Gunter fifth, followed by Dant, and then it was Isabel who finished in last. Okay, well, anyway. Let's get a replay, since that's the main reason why I'm here. Getting a replay of my escort Cozzy, which is basically what this car is. I can also say the way that race started was ugly. Well, at least I was able to get my revenge on Simona. Even then, of course, if the camera did catch a slight frame drop. Or just a glitch in the system. I did make a lot of mistakes in that race. But my car was still somehow fast enough to keep up with the leaders and to somehow win this race. I'm also so glad to say the burnout mechanism was there when I needed it most. There was absolutely nothing I could have done in that part of the tunnel to avoid there being a wreck. Even if I did use the two-wheel drive mechanism, there's no way... There is literally no way a pile-up of that sort would have been avoided. Not least of which because, well, I would have been two-wheel driving in a corner, and I basically would have wrecked myself anyway, so... There was literally nothing I could have done there, but... Somehow... I kept the digging going, and as a result, I eventually found the gold. Which is what I wanted as well as needed to do. I'm also pretty sure this car is very wrecked. Anyways, let's continue the career.
New car, nuove probabilità. Comes to this. Ora di tempo di iniziare la corsa.
Whatever that means. Anyways, I think I know where to go from here.
Amico mio, you must complete all the checkpoints in order. Arrow will guide you to the next one.
Anyways. So, Primo is now driving a different car from what he was originally driving. And yep, okay, that just completely went in the opposite direction of where I wanted it to go, and now we've got cops on us. Honestly, at this stage I have been driving pretty poorly. I will accept that. But it depends on knowing if I can drive a little less poorly on this attempt than I have been driving up to this point in the game. Okay, well anyway. There should be an opening. Yep, there it is. Okay, don't want to miss this as we're heading into the highway gas station. And this should pretty much be a zigzag the way I see it. And okay, just taking my time here. I don't want to immediately shoot myself in the foot when I don't need to. I am now leading this race, if you can believe it, on only my second attempt. And at this stage, things are actually going pretty well, considering the way things have gone so far. Where it's basically been my mediocrity that's been preventing me from winning on some occasions. Okay, anyways. Primo, you're not even leading this thing. You have no rights. You have no rights to trash talk in that way. Okay, so don't want to miss the shortcut. Here it is. Okay. Don't want to miss that. it is essential that I get that shortcut. And at the moment, things are not going very well. I do manage to avoid those buses, however. And round the corner, and there we go. I'm pretty sure there's also an audio take where after winning this race he also says you should drive in Formula 1 or something. Although personally speaking I have no ambition to drive in Formula 1. Because, well, racing at the moment, it's more mediocre than usual. Plus I know precisely who's basically going to win almost every week. Anyways, so won by less than a second over Dant. Ansel finishes third ahead of Gunter. Simona this time around finishes fifth, and it was Primo who finished in last. Pretty sure there were only 6 opponents in this race. Anyway, let's move on.
Questo com'è possibile? Something is not right. I tell you now, amico mio.
Again, I would like to say this game does have a bit of stereotyping. Anyway. So, we have now got Stefan and Ian on the map. And officially, we are now... Well, let's check the car first. So this is the car we win. It's called the Schneller V8. It's based off of a BMW M5. The Vortex 5, however, is a car that we win from later on in the game, where we get to drive it. So yeah, the Schneller V8 is the car that we win from Primo, and we are now 38.4% complete with this game, and next time we will be facing against Stefan.